Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada. There's an alien. There's
oh my God.
There's an alien over my shoulder. Thank you, Dave Barra. Where was I? I am joined, as always, on this Monday morning news and Jentel show by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Faladorian. Jen, how was your weekend? You've been sick, poor thing.
Oh yeah, I spent the whole weekend pretty much getting better, just in bed.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to have a friend here for quite a while. It's interesting. Last night before bed, I did the thing where you speak out loud. I said, I am healing. I'm not sick. I'm healing. And I'm going to heal overnight. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel better. And my cough is going to be gone. And this is going to be better. And that's going to be better. And I slept till 8:30. Now, for reference, I usually wake up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning. So I think the deal was Jesus was like, okay, you can heal, but if I'm going to do all that, you're going to sleep a long time. So I really did. I only had one little midnight interruption. And I guess that's the way it works. You ask for something specific and you get something specific. Okay, Jen, as long as we've got the aliens up, let's do a little pre-show briefing here. Let's do a little bit of news in case you guys did not hear it. Over the weekend or in the last week, we had some, we had some breaking news where aliens invaded a shopping mall in Miami. Now, there is some dispute over whether this took place on New Year's Day or a couple of days later. I find it hard to believe it was New Year's Day because on New Year's Day, the malls are mostly going to be closed. There's not a lot of business going on at the malls. But so it makes more sense it was a couple of days later to me. And there were some really unusual circumstances. So, Jen, I'm gonna show some video. And we're just going to go with that. And what you can see, whoops, what happened to it? Let's try that again. Turn the news ticker off. Let's play that again. What you can see is that there was a, ridiculous number of police cars there. Okay, let's just drop that. I think I can get another video. Again, I continue to have internet problems here, folks. Bear with me a second. F Cox cable, 100%. Let me see if I can find another piece of the video. No, that's the best one I have. Okay, so it was a completely insane response. There was like hundreds of police cars there. And what there seemed to be was things that were walking around. And the report was that there were like aliens there. And you can see that there's some screenshots from the videos. There's something walking there. It has kind of an odd shape. Some people are saying, oh, it's 3 people walking. There was a guy named Mo who I sat in on Twitter Space, and he was saying,
now that photo right there,
yeah,
I do not believe is related to this event. I feel like that was pulled on the internet from something else.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a video game or a movie.
Right. So I know in today's Jentel that you do cover it, because for once I actually did read the Jentel before the show. So we had that event happen. Now there's people saying, oh, nothing unusual happened, but look, the video, which I was not able to show you, there's literally hundreds, like at least, like it seems like 100 police cars there. That means several hundred police officers. The entire Miami police force was down there. So something unusual was happening. Now I can think of three things that would cause that kind of response. Terrorist threat, bombing, even a bombing threat, I don't think would require that many cops. Radioactive reading. In other words, they got a radioactive indication. You know, there's helicopters and planes that fly all around. We had one in Vegas around New Year's looking for signs of radioactivity, meaning a possible nuclear threat. The other thing is aliens. Those are the three things I can think of. What I don't believe really is that it was some kids fighting. That there was a few kids. The rumor is there were kids fighting with a stick and all this other stuff. I don't believe that. And there's one other video that I hopefully can play that I do want to show you around this, which is that there was some kind of odd video taken on site. Let me make sure I'm sharing this. Here we go. Let's watch this video. It's just a couple minutes long.
Footage from the Miami creature sighting from the other day that sparked all that chaos down there. And I think I found something, so just bear with me here. Okay, so this is what I did with the footage. I put it in black and white and then really slowed it down, as well as turned down some of the brightness. Watch right here. You can see something really tall and kind of translucent. Now here I'm going to back it up so you can slowly see it. You see how tall that is? And it's walking in front. Right there, you see it. And then it kind of disappears into the darkness. Now, here's the video where I edited it with color. You'll see it right there. See it? By the palm tree. And now it's going to walk in front of that building. And see how it's kind of translucent and really tall? And then it disappears. Here we go, one more time. You can kind of see its form. Now watch. It literally walks and is like pretty transparent in a way.
Wow. Okay, that was loud audio. All right.
From Miami Creek.
Quiet lady. Honestly, Jen, that looks like a stop sign to me. It looks like somebody's walking past a stop sign and looking back, and then there's all this graphic artifacting. But I don't know what's going on. So why don't we go to the Jentel I know that was the last part of the Jentel. Why don't we start with that at the top and then go back to the other stuff, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, what I got on that, I asked, and I said, did people really see aliens in Miami? Or people did really see something that appeared to be aliens in that incident in Miami, but it was a created scene. So whether that means it was holograms or it was people in costume or what, or just fake video, the police, what I got during the show just now is that they were called in on a public safety threat. And I don't think it was specified what that public safety threat was. But it is a fake alien invasion prelude. So I don't trust it. All right. I don't trust it. Listen, all this time, and they're just going to like leisurely start wandering through some parking garage in a mall in Miami, and everybody's going to be there. Oh my God, they're attacking us. What's going on? I think we might start to see a little bit more of this on the internet, just to say, so people start asking questions. What's going on? It's like they are just like they trying to set up for a pandemic right now. they are trying to set up for that too, but I don't really think they can pull it off.
This is a little weird because I wrote this book called The Choice like 12 years ago now. And in that, I said, we're in this period between 2012 and 2024 where we're going to go through this incredible transition. And I said, things are going to get weird. Weird people are going to get elected to office. How about Donald Trump? And I said, weird things are going to happen. Like, you're going to be walking down the streets of New York City and aliens are just going to walk by you. People are just going to start seeing aliens. And I saw this and I'm like, wow, this is kind of like right out of what I thought. But I agree with you too. That's the other thing is people said these things were fading in and out of existence. And they said people shot at them and nothing happened, almost as if they were holographic projections. That was some of the witnesses on the ground that said those kinds of things. And there's people that are criticizing this, saying, well, where's all the video? Where's all the people had cell phones? First of all, when something extraordinary happens to you, though, and I can tell you this, having had 2 UFO sightings, legitimate UFO sightings, you don't think about this. You're just observing. You're like trying to absorb, what is that? What am I looking at? That's not anything I recognize. And, as an aerospace guy, I recognize most things in the air. So you don't think about that. You kind of go into shock a little bit. But having said that, that's okay. That's a point. Where's all the video? People said the cops were not letting anybody out of the area until they checked their phones. And if there was video of these things, they forced them to delete it or they seized the phones. There were stories like that. I don't know that there's any validity to them. But here's the other thing. That's the alternate argument to that. Okay, fine. There's no videos of aliens on the ground, except maybe that lady who I think is showing us a stop sign. Where's all the body cam footage? They could put this whole thing to rest if they had simply released the body cam footage from day one. If there's supposed to be some sort of mob that was going on there, like, oh, we're going to respond to the mob that's stealing stuff from one of the stores. Well, then where's all the body cam footage? There is no video evidence of any mobs on the ground. And all the cops have to do to put this whole thing to rest is immediately release all the body cam footage. There shouldn't be anything secret on that. But the fact that they're not doing that tells me something really weird happened there. It may not be aliens. It may be a possible terrorist threat. It may very well be a high-value target, a radiological bomb or something that was there. We don't know. What I will say is that number of cop cars I've never seen ever, even on 9/11. And if they wanted us to know what really happened, they just released the body cam footage. Am I wrong, Jen? Am I being crazy about this? You think that makes sense? Okay.
I think somebody was trying to pull something.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, let's go back to the Jentel and see what else you got for us today.
Okay. So, interdimensional meditation for the 8th of January, 2024. I went and met with my team in the library because I'm like, I've been sick. I have no idea what's going on and I need a little help with this. So, foggy this morning, trying my best. So, that means we had sat in the library with a whole bunch of archangels and Jesus at a conference table. And took me a while to get anything. They kept talking about things that I couldn't hear. And I was trying to get dates, couldn't get any dates. And so what they do when I am too conflicted is try to distract me with other language. And so Jesus looked at me and said, the transition to peace has begun. I'm like, okay, this is good. And he said they are playing their A game. Now, what is it to play the A game? Your best possible scenario, your best possible game, the best possible plan. We've gotten to a place from this information, and now I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. If you're going to play your A game, there's not a lot of obstacles in your place. You're pretty sure. And if the military is going to play their A game, and what he was talking about they was the alliance, the world alliance, the good guys. Okay. if you're playing your A game, you've pretty much sure you're going to win, or you've already won. Then, and so I asked what that meant and how it relates to the financial transition. Because they weren't getting through news, shows me, picks up this drawing of a suspension bridge. Kind of looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay. They kept talking about stuff about overseas and things going on over there and everything. And, so he picks up this picture, this drawing of what I thought was a suspension bridge. And he said, watch the away game. I'm like, why you guys, and clearly because I wasn't hearing them, they're on with this whole game thing. So watch the away game. And Jesus said, I said, so I'm trying to figure out what this bridge means. And that the work on infrastructure overseas means that Jasara has begun. And so what he was saying is that you're not getting the dates from me, okay? You're not hearing what I'm saying. So I'm just going to let you know that this is your proof. When you see that they're starting to put out money for bridges and all these other things, that infrastructure starting overseas means it's already begun. And I said, okay.
Can I step in, or you want me to wait?
Go ahead.
An away game in sport is a sports term. You're playing an away game. Seahawks are playing away in Arizona yesterday. That's an away game. So you can go over there and kind of watch, you can go to the game and watch the game. You're fans of the away team, or it means, Manchester City's playing in Middlesbrough or something like that. So that's what it means. So the away game to me and the bridge means like across the ocean. So I think what I got is what you sorted out there when I first read that was watch what happens overseas. Watch what happens over there and infrastructure. And the infrastructure probably refers to Iraq as they build infrastructure. But, that can take years. So
now, could it mean something like some kind of bridge is going to collapse or something? Yeah. Could they be talking about London?
Yeah.
I kind of got a little hint of that, but wasn't able to pick up anything solid on that. And so I just asked, what will we see this week? And I heard strikes, power outages, which is, probably typical. Shocking revelations. So in a big group, but lots of shocking revelations, probably about people. About Biden's health or something with Biden's health. Okay. Then I looked at Jesus and I said, is there anything else you give me to tell the people? And he holds up like this round key ring with something falling down of it. And he's holding it. And I'm like, okay, this is hard. I don't know what that is. I don't like being sick. So he said, who holds the keys to the world clock? I'm like, oh, this is crap. This whole Jentel's crap. I have no idea what's going on. But maybe I did hear him right. Maybe that will make sense. Who holds the keys to the world clock?
You know what I think of is the so-called world debt clock, which is posted all over the place on Telegram and other places. Maybe that's what he's referring to.
Oh yeah,
world debt clock. Which we're getting 1 million posts a day in Telegram about messages on the World Debt Clock website, which is a private website, and I forget who's running it, but I think we knew that at one point.
So the gist of this was, people losing hope. I've been struggling with it. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Not as positive as I normally am because I've been sick. I'm a little frustrated. with the timelines and everything else. But I think what he was trying to, because I went in asking for hope. Okay. I think what he's trying to do and what they were trying to get through to me is that the evidence is all around you. Look for this to know that it's happening. Look for this to know that it's happening. Then he asked, who holds the keys to the world debt clock? Who's doing that?
Yeah.
We keep seeing these messages. Now we've gotten used to these messages going up on the world debt clock. Who's got control over that? That is something very significant. Also, these infrastructure plans, something to do with bridges and all that overseas happening now, is something new. And he said that that is part of the transition to peace. And then he said the transition to peace has begun. And here's your evidence. So we all sit around and struggle with timelines, right?
Yeah.
Now, along the way, this back and forth, succeed, be sabotaged, succeed, be sabotaged. It moves, it moves, it moves, it moves, it moves. So apparently we've gotten to a place where we're playing our A game. And what is the A game? It is, what would that be? The best possible win. The best possible win would be Nasara Jasara.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing it. We're doing it. We've gotten there.
You win, 53-6. You don't win 20-17 or something on a missed field goal.
This is not a Hail Mary. I mean, this is a game where we're like 56 ahead and we're just like, all right, we're just going to, you guys are still on the field trying to stop us, but there ain't no way.
Like Super Bowl 48 when Percy Harvin scored the opening kickoff for a touchdown, making it 29-0. I'm like, well, this game's over. Let's just enjoy the second half of the Super Bowl, drinking beer with my buddies, my high school buddies.
And we were told that the end would not be for everyone. We were told that it was going to get scary. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we may also see more things. We may have more delays. We may... If they have switched over to the A game and they're pretty confident about it, we're going to see this unfold. Now, I've had some suspicions lately, okay, as a mom, watching viruses for 23 and something years, almost 24. I've learned a lot about them. Not everybody gets them at the same time all over the freaking country, okay? Something happened. They're trying something. So if they're going to try and do the mask mandates, and first of all, when did the first pandemic come in?
Right before the election, right?
Was about this time in an election year? Yes, it was.
4 years ago, January, yeah.
So if you take a look around, we've got distractions aplenty. Then why all of a sudden right now would they release the Epstein stuff after all this time? Oh, yeah, let's do it now. Coincidental? No, it's an election year. What I see happening here as part of this A game, when I asked about why Epstein now, what I got was to show that the conspiracy theorists were right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, that's a good game. Let's do that. So that's what we're going to start seeing roll out here. So we've got the disclosure rolling out. We got them over off in the background trying to set up for a possible, AI alien invasion if needed, and then dudes in suits, whatever. We got all kinds of distractions going on right now. And we know that when that happens, something's good's happening. So, I'm a broken record being the positive one, but let's just take a step back from the emotion and be logical. This is an election year, whether it happens or not. The normies think it is. So what's going to happen with an election year? All kinds of stuff. Something happened January 1st that changed everything. And now I feel like we are in that game where we're 50-something points ahead. And yeah, they're still running at us. And yeah, they're still trying to, but there's no way they're going to win this game. Okay. So what we're seeing is the rollout. What we're seeing is the anons redeemed. You're going to see one thing after another to educate the public, to get them used to the idea when all these things take place.
Mhm.
Okay. That's why it's so confusing right now. As far as the financial part on it, I couldn't get any dates on that. Right now feels like a short period of time. I did hear something in my mind about the 14th. Estimated.
Yeah, last week we got the 11th through the 17th, and other intel providers are hearing the same kinds of things. I know Mark, that ballpark sounds fine to him. He's getting reports that are all over the place, including, this weekend. Well, it didn't happen this weekend, but that right now is the freshest time frame, most ripe time frame we really have. I wanted to ask you a couple questions, put a couple questions up to the Angels. And first of all, the strikes. Well, there are strikes ongoing right now in Germany, and I think in the Dutch are striking. The farmers. I think it was the German farmers who said they clogged the roads and freeways and cities and said, you're not going to pass these laws. In France, they basically brought in a bunch of manure and sprayed government buildings with manure. And in Spain, there are protests going on. My little friend Marina Saren was on Spanish TV beating a piñata of the commie leader of Spain. Of course, she did it in a very elegant dress, but that's her. But so there is stuff happening. So I do believe the strikes makes a lot of sense. Power outages. Yeah, we've had some power outages I think there was one in London. And again, the power outages are associated with localized operations. Shocking revelations. Don't forget the story of the Miami Mall aliens broke on the day of the Epstein court documents being released. So
yeah, nice distraction. This is for this week. Okay.
Right. And
so there was also something that I heard that I didn't write down because I wasn't. Jesus said after shocking revelations, the two.
The what?
The two, like two individuals, and I'm thinking with the two. I think we're going to see some stuff about some two big individuals.
Biden and Harris would be the two individuals.
Yeah.
Also, there was an article that came out just yesterday of a guy in Forbes magazine predicting Biden would be forced out of office because of his health this year. So Biden's health, those things are all probably going to be in the news. The key thing here, Jen, is what are we going to see this week? Usually you say, what are we going to see in the news this week? And these things have been suppressed in the news, all of them. So maybe they will start to come forward.
So, listen, if you see aliens come down the street, try to get in the house, blow them up with something. I told you that a long time ago.
Yeah. The devil dog aliens.
I did see that. I don't know if that's like something we would see in the future. That I did flash on that. The whole running down the streets of Vegas was what it looked like.
Oh no, really? Really?
I mean, I don't know what that was about, but
hopefully it's not tonight, because Dave and I are going down to Hooters Casino to watch the Washington Michigan National College Championship game. So
of course you are. Going to Hooters.
Well, at least we aren't going to Sapphire.
Yeah.
So
it's really easy to slip down into, okay, I just can't do this anymore, and nothing's happening, and blah 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 blah. We go through these phases here where our expectations were not met, okay, and that's really hard. But the information I got today is that enough has been done. We've gotten to a good enough winning place. where they're playing the A game, and I heard that loud and clear. So it's happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't take too long, guys. Let's run the ball, burn the clock, and get this game over with. Okay. And to use a football analogy, let's not pass the ball. We already won. So, interesting stuff. Okay. About almost 900 of you guys in the live stream this morning. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Some of you over from the original Mark Z. I don't know if it's okay with Kukla, but I posted the show in Mark's chats on Telegram. Of course, they're in our regular Telegrams. You can find Jen. Where are you, Jen? You can find Jen on jenniferfallah.com, which we're going to go to in a minute. On YouTube, she's Jennifer Fallah Doreen Philosophy on Telegram, and Jennifer Fallah Doreen is also on Telegram. And of course, me, you can find me at mikebarrett.blogspot.com. You can find us on Rumble, which is where the majority of you are today, on the Real News Live channel. Telegram, I am Mike Barra 33. On Instagram, I am Mike Barra 333. And on X, I am Mike Barra 333 as well, at Mike Barra 333. So you can find us all there. Please do not forget that as a way of avoiding the censorship, these videos get taken down off of YouTube almost immediately as soon as the show is completed, off Mike Barra 3 and Mike Barra 333. However, on Mike Barra 2 or Mike Barra II, because it's actually II, two capital I's, the shows remain up, and they have not suspended the channel for a while now, which I find kind of interesting, but they do get taken down. However, you can always find the show over on mikebarra.com or mikebarra.blogspot.com, where you get all of our recent videos. You get my 3-man Toxically Masculine Tuesday roundtable with Blake and Brooks. You got the Friday Night Fun Time with me and Mark Z. Mark was kind enough to come on with me. And you get my shows with Jen. Plus, you get links to my books, articles. I got to upgrade this little blog spot a little bit. I got to upgrade this to include some of the more interesting stuff that we're doing here lately. Put some of the sponsors on there. Sorry, I'm not showing it to you. MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. And you can pick up all the different shows that we do here. They are linked directly to the Rumble site, where we have all kinds of people visiting us right now. And you can subscribe for $5 a month, a mere $5 a month, to support the show, which is really the best way to support the show. Or it would be if we could get Rumble to pay us, Jen. Give us money.
I know. Let's figure out how to get it out of there.
But
cash out.
But the folks who do that, who do subscribe for a mere $5 a month to support the show, they get their questions answered first. So when we get to the questions, we're going to come back to Rumble and do it first. Also, please do not forget to visit our absolutely wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, at thecbdgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of super cool products for your health and for the health of your various entities and animals in your in your life. You want to slide over to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, alien, no S, no capital A, just alien, and you can pick up this week's specials. And in addition to that, you will get, with $25 or more, you get 7.5 million Bolivar, just in case this thing ever happens. And for $100, you get free 15 million Bolivar and 500 Iraqi dinar as well, included with your orders. So you can call up with any questions at 612-816-3172. The specials this week are things like the Isolate capsules, the gummies, the CBD gummies, the immunity formula, the Miracle Gold, and just various other specials. Those are wholesale prices. They change every week. You can also kick over here to Mike B Formal Wear, and you can pick up the ladies' pajama bottoms with my picture on them, and Mark Z's face, and aliens, and flying saucers, and all kinds of cool stuff. And also, please don't forget, there are the ladies' whiskey and wisdom pajama bottoms with Mark's face and some whiskey and stuff like that on there. That is the cbdgurus.com to pick up all kinds of cool stuff. And also, one other thing, please drop by to mikebarrapets.com, where you can pick up all kinds of very cool pet products for your little ones. your animals, your dogs, and it's all based on various different exotic mushroom formulas, which I've been giving these to my dog. I've been giving the Mojos and the mush puppies to Barkley. And at 12 years old, he is like a puppy again. He's running all over the place and going crazy, has tons and tons of energy. Also, you can get all kinds of information over here at MikeBarraPets.com. And if you would like to try some of these products for humans, guess what? They also have human products based on these they have dogs, kitties, and horses. And for humans, they have all kinds of very cool products. Jen, I'm just getting over the illness I have. I'm going to try the immune system boost and the restore. I'm going to take these. I know that Diana, who helped create MikeBarraPets.com and has been working with these mushroom products, she's had absolutely phenomenal results personally. And I can't really tell you what it is. You have to talk to her directly, but she did marvelous, incredible things for her own health there by using these products. So I'm getting started on it as soon as I've cleared up the sinus infection and I'm done taking all the medicines, which will be soon. So MikeBarraPets.com, and you can get not just stuff for your pets, but for yourself as well. Same thing with the CBD gurus. And Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over on JenniferFallah.com?
Okay, well, I'm still offering the yearly forecast reading. I'll be offering that all of January, but right now it is $40 off. That will be ending by the end of the day if I have time, or tomorrow. So if you want $40 off and you want a yearly forecast reading, which a lot of people get them once a year, go and get it. Get those today.
And Jen, I was also going to remind people that maybe weren't here last episode that on my yearly forecast meeting reading in January, I said, when am I going to get out of Seattle? I hate Seattle. When am I going to move? And you said, oh, I see you moving in August. And at the moment, at that time, there was nothing on the table that indicated I would have enough money to move in August. But then came June and July and August, and I moved the last few days of August. Dave and I moved to Las Vegas. And the financial boom that allowed us to do that was not even on the table when you did the yearly forecast. So I can tell you guys, the yearly forecast is kick-ass. Absolutely kick-ass. Jen, you nailed it on that. Nailed it. Okay.
Thanks. It's so much easier to look ahead on one person's timeline.
Yeah.
Than do world predictions for something with so many people in play, so many choices. So, yeah.
And I'm just endorsing
readings and things like that are so much more accurate.
I'm totally endorsing this because that's like, anybody ever questions Jen, I'll just say, oh yeah, well, she told me in January I was moving to August, and out of nowhere, I got a ton of money to be able to move in August. So that's what happened. So good for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And got all kinds of readings. We've got, if you need a healing for yourself or your pet, you can get one on there. Just letting everybody know that all the payments are suggested donations. If you cannot afford a healing, email me anyway. But I got to let you know, I'm not Jesus. Okay, I do work with Jesus. We do it together, but emergency healing, somebody's on their deathbed kind of thing, that's really heart-wrenching. And although I try, I can't always get to you that fast. Now, Susan and Marcy, I asked them this weekend what they want to put up instead of these combos. And they told me, I haven't gotten on the website to do it yet, but you want to get their combos, you can still do it. It's still there. I mean, that's quite a bit for the price. So get on in there if you want to get house cleanse, or, Susan's got that numerology reading in that combo, and that seems pretty interesting to me. I might get one of those.
Yep.
I don't think I've had one of those. That sounds interesting. I don't do that. Seems complicated. But anyway, go to JenniferFallah.com. Join me on Philosophy on Telegram. We've got weight loss. The next deal probably will be weight loss healings because it's January.
Yeah.
And so what the weight loss healing, what this looks like is it's almost like hypnosis. It's a talk with the soul. It's a healing on things that are slowing down your normal weight loss. You know, it's a metabolism booth. It's like this red light that goes in there to fat burn. And it's also a talk with the subconscious, a talk with the soul to help. And what people have found is that, you know, probably for about 30 days, it helps them stay on their diet like they want to do it. Like it's not as hard. Like, yeah, I don't want that stuff. I want this stuff. And so kind of like hypnosis. And I would suggest monthly on that. Some people like bi-weekly for that if they're really serious about their weight loss. It helps you stay on your plan.
Excellent.
So,
all right. And that's what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com. Skip the gym. Skip that. Just get a weight loss healing from Jennifer Fallah Dory.
No, that's not how it goes. No.
But go to the gym too.
It basically, what makes you want to go to the gym? It makes you like, oh, hey, I think I'll go to the gym. You know, like, oh, hey, I think I'll have a salad. You know, like, oh, hey, that was easy.
I remember.
So it's your subconscious and conscious mind working together.
Yeah. I remember in 2010 when I was in love with a stripper, I was so focused on getting into shape, and like I was going to the gym twice a day. And it's like, that's the kind of energy you want to get. That's the kind of energy. No, well, not the other part, but the going to the gym part, taking care of yourself part, the really getting yourself in shape part is very important stuff. So that's what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com this week. Okay, Jen, let's go take some questions and see what's happening. Let's go over to the Rumble side of things, where I know it'll be like, if I show the screen, it'll be like echo, screen.
I don't think you need to show the screen.
You don't want me to show the screen?
What, on Rumble?
Yeah. See, it does that. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay. We can live with that. Let's go over to the Rumble side of things and get the questions. People with the Little Red Castles, $5 a month subscribers get to go first. And remember, to get this right, we need your real name, your first name, and the name of the person or animal that you may be asking about. That really helps. Okay, Gary, good morning, Mike and Jen. Happy New Year. Do we know if the RV money will be taxed? Blessings to both of you. Thank you for being there. We don't know. Nobody knows. The law as it stands right now is that currency exchanges are not taxable. But I would, but me personally, I'm setting aside 50% of anything I might get in any exchange just in case. So, AJ says, hello from Miami. No aliens in sight today. Hello, family. Big Poet, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Ray asks if there is any confirmation about the death of Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. Yeah, Jen, that was a rumor that Lloyd Austin actually passed. We know he was in the hospital in intensive care over the holidays. You get anything about that? Yesterday? He did. Wow. Revelations, Jen. Maybe that's something we're going to hear about.
I don't know.
AJ also says, Mike, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, and Little Gray Whale, which means he is a Rumble ranter, gave us a buck or two. Mike, Bayside is an outdoor mall, restaurants and shops by Biscayne Bay, but it was open. Yeah, well, I know it was open. Interesting situation. Joe said, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Joe says, police cam videos should start appearing in the news that reveals what it was. I don't trust fuzzy videos from a supposed helicopter. I think that guy was shooting from a high rise nearby. That's what that video is. And again, he would not have started shooting the video if it wasn't for 150 cop cars out there, which never happened. So I agree with you. The video is always going to be fuzzy from that distance because cell phones do not have great long distance cameras.
And then there's a problem of perspective on something like that. And any video that you watch to see, how tall was it really? I mean, did it appear that way because we're looking from this angle?
Exactly. The other thing I will say is people say, oh, I see 3 people walking. There's the police official story is that video shows 3 cops walking side by side. That's bullshit. Okay. Whatever that thing is that's walking there, it's not 3 cops walking. Jen, maybe we can ask and I'll show the video again when we get done with some of the questions here, whether you get any consciousness from whatever that is that's shown walking in the video. I don't know what that, but I don't. It's not people when people say, "Oh, I see 3 guys walking side by side," because that's what the cops told you.
Human.
Yeah, human. Okay, so thank you. Mama Lisa says, "Why shoot at something that's not threatening you, though?" Well, if it's alien, and I don't know, I might be like, "Get the fuck away from me."
I would be like, friends. I'd be like, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead.
and by the way, in every movie where there's aliens, what happens to the people that try to make friends with the aliens? They get shot by the heat rays. So,
yeah.
This is Rosemary. I'm having horrible vertigo. It's been happening off and on for weeks now. Medication is not working. Can you see what the problem is? Rosemary wants to know what her vertigo problem is.
Just have severe inner ear congestion.
Go to the doctor, maybe get on some steroids. So Lisa agrees. In our technology era, crappy videos are not excusable, except that when you're shooting from a distance with a little tiny lens like these on the on your cell phone cameras, it's gonna be grainy. That's just the reality of it. Sick in South Carolina too, says Lisa. Sounds like the same mess y'all had. Yeah, this is a sinus infection on for weeks.
So the other part of this I think is comical. Okay. So all of a sudden, aliens show up, and you've got a giant line of swirling lights and cop cars and noise and everything, and it just decides to come out and walk right in front of them, like it's like a dog, right. Like it has no like sense of danger or anything. It's if it like, well, let's say it crawled out of some tube in the ground because there's some kind of underground war or something going on. That's the only way I could figure out how it would get there if it was real.
Yeah.
I think it's not intelligent enough to run and hide or get away from all of that. I mean, clearly, even animals have, senses about danger.
Yeah, I mean, people have
that wants to hurt them, but it just leisurely strolls out in front of everything. No,
but the purpose of this is to put on a show. It's to freak people out, or as I told people, in an apocalypse, which is what we've been living through for 12 years, the word literally means to lift the veil. So it could be that the aliens didn't even know that their cloaking devices weren't working anymore because they're used to walking among us and not having any interaction with us. And, so it could be that. And it also could be the shooting part that people said they shot at them, that there were shots fired, but it was completely ineffective. The aliens didn't even notice it. So
yeah, I'm really getting that a group of like human beings put on a show.
Okay, there you go. Victoria Adams says, what do you think the coding from Phil meant last night? Phil Godlewski did a bunch of posts on his Telegram. A lot of coding in the air tonight. Phil Collins, green light, that kind of thing. But nothing really happened overnight. So, and AJ from Florida also says Phil had over 200 composts on his Telegram page last night. Clearly something went down, and he wrote mission successful at the end. Any guesses or ideas about what happened? What was Phil getting at last
night? Not really. I'm not really getting. They won't tell me if it's something that's not supposed to be told. Mm-hmm. I feel he'd made a minor adjustments to something.
Okay. Nadine wants to know, hi, Jen and Mike. I keep watching the Trump rallies. Something seems off. The hair is different. Well, his hair grows out. And he does a lot of talking in the third person. Is he in a secure place and using a double? Trump.
No, he's not during election year. He's not going to use a double for that. No.
A Patriot 99 is telling us we're two of the best podcasters on the internet. I appreciate that, but it's mostly
thank
Jen.
you.
It's
That's
mostly
very
Jen.
nice.
It's mostly Jen and her angelic stuff, and I'm just kind of the grounding wire here. By the way, Green Teakley says, love the Miracle Gold gummies from the CBD Gurus. 450 milligrams of black seed oil. I take one a day for 3 days to a week when people near me are sick. So far, 3 people close to me got cold flu, and I stayed well the whole time. Well, that's an endorsement for the CBD Gurus. That's right. Okay, Lady Diana 591 is now a monthly supporter. Yay, Little Red Castle. Thank you. Yay, my castle shows. This is Diana. Why is my blood pressure going up? And should I change jobs? Well, if it's making your blood pressure go up.
Stress?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've also, Diana, gotten over into an age range where I'm not saying you're old. All right. I'm just saying you've gotten to an age range where it's something that stress really affects now. Sometimes we go for a long period of time in a stressed state and we don't even get so used to it. We don't realize it. Then you add any kind of stimulants on top of that, decongestants, coffee, anything like that. I do feel like there's something has to do with decongestants or something you were taking. But I don't feel like it's in a critical place. You need to really calm down and be aware of what you're putting in your body.
David Murtos, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Hi, Dave. Jen, there are reports coming out now that there are many unmarked graves being found on Epstein Island. Is any of that true?
They didn't bury you.
Okay. We aren't going to go to what they did do with them. Lori Bakemeyer, I Bake Me, $5 a month, Little Red Castle subscriber. Question for Jen about my grandson, Keenan, about him missing school. Is he really sick or is he faking it? Or is there a situation at school?
Okay, who's this in the grandson?
It's Lori and Lori Bakemeyer, and the grandson is Keenan.
Oh, yeah, he's sick. Have his ears checked. I think he's probably got a secondary infection brewing.
John D'Souza, we love you, John.
Hi, John.
Mr. X, not a $5 a month Little Red Castle subscriber, but John's chiming in with his own information. Mike, the Miami Mall op was incredibly successful for huge response and yet super tight control by the cabal. This beta test will be repeated soon. Concert or any contained, crowded environment. Talk soon. I think John is an ex-FBI agent, and
yeah, I think that's probably what's going on.
Yeah, that's kind of what Jen said.
Lines up with what I said, but John,
yeah, it absolutely
has the inside.
Lines up with what you said, but again, it's like the Broncos trying to run a flea flicker play when you're down 43-8 in the fourth quarter. Nice try.
The problem with this is that people don't trust video anymore. Years ago, you could put out a video and it was on video.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Now everything's so edited and manipulated now that, I mean, you would have to really, even if you saw it with your own eyes, you'd be like looking around for like, where's that being projected from?
Well, the thing is, if you see it with your own eyes and you're videotaping, you have to make sure other people are videotaping. You got to get all their names, you got to get all their video, and you got to say, okay, it's January 8th, 2024 at 3:17 p.m. There's an alien standing right over there. These 51 people. So in other words, you have to like treat it like an affidavit in order to really
carry one of those big nets with you and just catch one for us. And then let us know, and that we'll go from there.
Laura says that photo looks like a cross between a raptor and an upright horse to me. Yeah, it's pretty weird shape.
That looks like the aliens from, doesn't it, Mike? What was that movie with the big one that went across there?
Oh, Signs. Yeah, look.
No, it was Independence Day 2 or something. It was when they're in the school bus running across the land, and the mother one is It's
Independence Day, yeah.
Yeah.
They look weird.
That's what they look like with the big heads. But I have seen something that looks like that before in cleansings and things. Yeah. So I'm not telling you they don't exist, but.
Is it alien false flag, Hollywood BS time? Because I'm not buying it. Yeah, I think we kind of agree on that. Laura Classicus says, hi, Mike and Jen. A truther last night said we need to have a humanitarian project set up when Jasara starts. Is that true? I don't believe that's true, Laura. And there are other people saying you're not going to get any payouts for humanitarian projects unless that's your full-time job or something. I don't know about that. I don't know. A lot of fear-mongering going on.
Well, I know a lot of groups would like you to believe that if you aren't part of the group, then you don't get to play.
Yeah, that's
so I wouldn't fall for that.
Here we go. Heard two different people saying the blessing is not going to happen. Reminds me of what Kuwait said hours before we went. Yeah, that's BS because everything is set up for it to happen. And honestly, they can't rebuild the economy without putting a bunch of money into it. And the best way to put a bunch of money into the economy is to give people a lot of money to go spend. Even if you buy 3 Ferraris, guess what? You employed a whole bunch of people at the Ferrari factory. So no aliens in sight today yet from AJ. AJ's on both platforms. Okay.
$50 to the first person that catches one. It brings it back to me and Mike.
It was cold here, 40 degrees. Not like it is so cold in Vegas. I froze my ass off this morning taking Barkley for his walk. I cut it off. I'm like, okay, that's it. I hope you're done peeing because we're going back inside. It was so cold. Put on a second t-shirt under my sweatshirt while I went walking at 6 a.m. Yep, it's going to be cold here.
Oh, and I'm just letting you all know. We have a massive storm on the way. That's what the weather report said. And sometimes nothing happens. But we're supposed to get like 40 to 50 mile an hour winds with massive amounts of snow. So if it knocks our electricity off, hopefully we don't all freeze to death over here because it's supposed to get very, very cold. But also, if I'm not here Wednesday, that's what happened.
That's what happened, yeah. Hi, Jen. This is Denise. We are looking at property in Valley City, Ohio. Do you see us getting it after the RV?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the beginning of a long plan to build and yeah.
By the way,
well, that's good news.
On the blood pressure stuff, there's some CBD Gurus products, but I also forgot to mention, I think one of the Mike Barrett Pets Under the Human stuff. I want to say it's this Restore product, Enforce Restore. It's a healthy immune system. One of these is supposed to be really good for blood pressure. Dang it. Okay, go over to Pet Club to MikeBarrettPets.com. I know one of the products here is specifically aimed at blood pressure. So, okay, it's all kind of the same stuff. Actually, I'm probably not showing you any of that stuff. There we go. Yeah, one of the products over at MikeBarrettPets.com I read is very good for blood pressure. I wanted to say it was Enforce Restore, but not positive. Okay, so anyway, send them an email over at MikeBarrettPets.com, and they have some really good products for that stuff. So for the lady who had the blood pressure issue. Anti-B 112, is it possible that someone at the mall intentionally opened a portal? Jen?
Like a spiritual portal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that kind of stuff happens all the time. People don't even know it. No, but the information that I'm getting right now is pretty interesting. And I've gotten this from the moment that I saw that story. Okay. The only way they're going to let them in, they are underground. There's all kinds of things underground,
right?
Like way down there. Okay. Something major, like a major, wouldn't it be cool all this time if there was a major war going on like deep underground, like miles underground?
Yeah.
And but the chances of just flushing some out all of a sudden and they just wander around like, oh, what's going? No.
Not very good.
Well, they're intelligent. They know.
Yeah.
How to, so we haven't seen them for thousands of years. And they just happen to wander out and walk around at the mall.
Mike, great show last Friday with Mark. Thank you. That was fun. Fun to have Mark on. Usually Mark leads the way on Whiskey and Wisdom on Wednesdays. Good afternoon, Mike and Jen from freezing Burlington, North Carolina. Good afternoon, Kathleen. How are you? Or morning. It's still morning for some of us. Thomas Williams, good morning, afternoon to the both of you. Many blessings. And you too, Thomas. Marbell.
Did you just freeze?
Or something else. Am I back?
Yeah, you froze a little bit for me. I'm not sure if you did for
Yeah, I'm sure.
just had a
I'm
third
sure I
stroke
did.
last night.
Yeah, I got the little message that Cox Cable sucks. Just to say Cox Cable is sucking again is what it should say. Question for Jen. My father just had his third stroke last night. Was that a stroke or something else? Is he mentally or spiritually gone since he's not making any sense? What can happen when you have a stroke or even a TIA is the words don't come out right. The connection between your
8 hours, he'll start to make a little more sense. But yeah, I do think he had another stroke. Yeah. Brain.
Really sorry to hear about that. And can we please get on with this so we can get these people into beds, please? Laura, I've been sick too. Jen. It's been about 9 days. I'm feeling a little better now.
Getting there. Crazy. Yeah. It's been a week and I hit it with everything. I mean, even ivermectin's solid and it still got me.
Well, the thing is too, ivermectin's not going to work for a bacterial sinus infection, which of course I found out this last week.
Oh, this is definitely a virus. Everybody else got it. Kids calling me.
I'm not like you, Jen. I don't have tons of antibiotics. I had to depend on the doctor, and the doctors, first doctor gave me steroids, didn't give me antibiotics. Second doctor gave me weak antibiotics.
Hang on, let me text the kid back. So they don't care what my schedule is.
Rick Norman says that was Miami Dolphins defensive tackle Christian Wilkinson the morning after his New Year's celebration. Could very well be. Jen?
Yes.
Are you texting? Are you done?
Well, Katie's at the eye doctor, says that the insurance isn't working, and then of course she doesn't care that I'm live on the air. And anyway, I'm like, run it again.
Well, we'll try to get out of here quick then. Do you think maybe the White Hats were trying to catch a deep stater trying to escape in Miami? I think that's what it is.
No, I feel like this whole thing was either staged by a group of people. It's probably cabal people, and no.
Like a practical joke or a stunt, or do you think it was cabal?
I'm not quite sure. I just see many hands in the whole thing and several things going on in several places, and that's why they kept calling more in.
Not all of those you call alien do not look so-called alien. They look very human. Yes, C. Anunnaki, C. Brigadier General Lance Lord, former head of U.S. Space Command. There was a man who posted a video with the police scanner called in the mall. They call it a terrorist attack. Yeah, you know what? He posted a video with some audio on it. How do we know that's actually from the police scanner? We don't. So I've seen that video. His video is as credible as anybody else's. And it could very well be terrorist attack. Could be that they got a radiological detection, which means dirty bomb. That's one thing they were very worried about. So yeah, it could be. I saw a video of the guy who was there. So the kids had a box and they turned it on and a creature walked out. Could be a hologram. Like you said, okay.
You're going to see so many fake videos just so people can have the best video out there.
Now every good CGI artist on the planet is creating videos. But that one lady, I'm pretty convinced it was just a stop sign that they were driving past, and the video is so pixelated you couldn't really tell what the hell it was. Hi, Jen and Mike. I have a question. When do you see me getting a new job? That is something. We have to wait for Jen to deal with her daughter here. Jen, do you have to go? Should we?
Probably, but let's just keep going.
Let's 5 minutes here. Sunny.
The eye clinic just don't know what they're doing.
Sunny would like to know, when do you see him getting a new job and in what direction? Thanks for your time. Have a nice day.
Next month, I'm getting 4 weeks. If you buckle down, make a decision on what you want to do and do it. It's not gonna fall. It's not gonna come in. They're not gonna just like pick you out of a hat,
Right.
You have to work for it.
Eric Mabe, Jen, probably coincidence, but if you flip the latitude and longitude GPS coordinates for the Bayside Marketplace in Miami, you end up in Antarctica. Well, maybe they opened up a portal from Antarctica, and aliens from Antarctica started hanging around, going, "Wow, it's a lot
That's a
warmer."
stretch. That's a stretch.
That's a stretch. Okay. Let's see if we have any other questions. Let's go back over to Rumble real quick. See if there's any more Little Red Castle questions. Phil stuff.
Oh, hi, Greta. Check your email.
Lucy. Okay. Lori says, my white blood cells are low. Is there something going on with my immune system? And if so, what can I do for it? Lori, Betty, well, again, not to...
I can't tell you what to do for it.
Yeah. Also, CBD Gurus and Mike Bear Pets, if you go to the human products, those are all immune system boosters. So I would say...
They are kind of low, and it's just... But Jesus is saying it's a temporary thing. So, yeah, I think you're on the right track about boosting the immune system, So
go to the CBD Gurus and go to MikeBearPets.com and go over to the human stuff and pick up the immune system boosters, the mushroom stuff. I know Diana, if you talk to Diana, she'll answer your emails. She personally had an amazing experience taking the Coriolis vesicolor mushroom treatments that she's advocating. And like I said, I can't wait to try it myself. And then let's see what else on Rumble. Lucy says, hi, Jen and Mike. I thought I retired a year ago, but debt has ensued. Will I need to start looking for a job again starting in March? Will I be forced to re-enter the job market? That's Lucy.
Lucy, April. It really, if you want it, starts in April. That's what I'm getting.
Patriot 99 says over on Rumble that Phil just, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Phil just said the Queen's brother, I don't know who that is, Clinton and other pictures just put out on the internet. They're X-rated pics. Oh my God, I don't want to see any X-rated pics of Bill. Please no. All right. If I remember correctly, on Mark Z show this morning, that the UN closed down as no one, including the USA, is paying their monthly payments. They could not pay their bills. That would be great. I'd like to see the UN building bulldozed myself.
Yeah. Good news.
Ernest Rutland are the alligator. Jen, do you have to go? I mean, you seem distracted. Why don't we just go? Why don't we call
I can do plenty of things at once.
Okay. Ernest Rutland, Jen, are the allegations that have just come out now about President Trump having sex with young girls true? They say he was in Epstein's apartment. What a bunch of fucking lies. Give me a break.
No.
Give me a break. They're gonna
Has anything that's come out about Trump been true in an election year? No.
Yeah, exactly. No. Robert Zem is here. Hi. Jordan says, Jen, I was diagnosed with gallstones. Will I be able to dissolve them, or do I need the surgery? I hope you don't.
Whatever it is that they're giving you, I read this one earlier, it is going to dissolve. So if they haven't given you something to dissolve them, like ingest and dissolve them, get it, because it'll work.
Oh, yeah, this is interesting. Jordan Dupree says, hi, thanks for your precious time, Jen and Mike. Jen, can you please ask what's really going on with our South African president, the very corrupt Mr. Ramaphosa? According to our mainstream media, he fell ill. I've also heard he's passed. So is this Ramaphosa guy?
I just saw somebody shoot him in the chest right around this area.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he's
a rib, something, or stabbed him, or something hit him in the chest.
Wow, this is a really difficult question. Barbara wants to know, will my friend Mike get better, or is it time for hospice? Wow, she can't make that decision for you guys.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
I have to contact the pet club. It's been 3 weeks and I haven't received my order yet. Well, you should have had it by now. So yeah, send them an email. Diana will get right on it for your pet club orders. Rick Norman says, I'm going to be at Hooters tonight in Columbus. We'll be there like being in Seattle. Think about it. No one hates Michigan more than Columbus. Yeah, well, good. I'm going to be at the one here. Okay. Batman. Chris Iverson, breaking news. U.S. moon landing mission in jeopardy due to a critical loss of fuel. How does that happen? Well,
remember when you asked me, are they going to get up into the air this year? And I said, no.
You said no. Another Jentel confirmed.
There's a reason for it.
Let me just put it to you this way. The engineers, today's engineers, are not as good as the guys who took us to the moon. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Nanette says, I heard a man on a Nino video. He was on the second floor and boys had a strange box they were playing with. It started making strange noise and a being came out. Is that true, or is Nino Rodriguez drinking again?
It was a man on Nino. I don't feel like that is legitimate.
Remember, Nino's in bed with Wayne Willett.
Stop it.
So take it with a grain of salt. Hi, Jen. We had a good friend pass away on his first day of retirement. Oh, God, it's terrible. His name is Mike Smith. Was it from the Backs?
I can't really say that because he had a long time illness. He had problems.
Yeah.
That I don't know if he was aware of them, but there was something that was brewing for quite a while.
I'm Stephen. My wife, Julia, feels she has a mass in her belly. MRI showed nothing. Well, that's good news. She needs to know, is it belly fat from giving birth to 2 children, or is there a problem?
She has a piece of her intestine that just tends, when sitting in such a way, just tends to like protrude and get inflamed. They need to go back in and look at that, but possibly for diverticulitis, something like that. But it looks like there is something that she can feel.
Diverticulitis, I've suffered from that. It's not fun. Nancy says plugged right ear will not improve. It's been 2 years. Thoughts? They can put tubes in your ears, Nancy. They give you a little numbing agent. They cut open the eardrum and they put a tube in there to keep it open and it drains. So, yeah. Susie Q22. Question for Jen. My daughter Dana has itchy legs. Is it left over from the skin condition she developed in Ecuador, or is it an allergic reaction to a jungle vac she had to take before going, or something new?
Dry skin.
Dry skin.
It's winter.
Hi, Jen. Great show as always. Hi, Lady Di. How are you? I want a trio of John D'Souza, Mike Baer, and David Polizzi on Rogan. Tell Rogan what's what. You won't invite Mike or Paulides because they bring facts. Yeah, Rogan.
Yeah, we should have John on the show one day. Yeah. He used to come on Bob Brown's show on my station a lot.
Yeah, John's. I think John and I have been on together. It was wearing leggings for days at a time. Once I stopped sleeping in them, the itchiness went away. Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying there's anything to the Miami stuff. I'm saying something weird happened. So
something weird happened because what I'm getting is that the police were called in. Something was orchestrated, that they were called in, public safety threat or something like that. But when they said what kind, they couldn't tell them. And so they kept calling more in. And it turned into this big show.
Yeah. Larry Clemens says, Mike, is there one fixed exchange rate or is there a negotiation process? One has to go through that negotiating shit from TNT. Tony is just added shit. Maybe if you go to a bank, but if you go to a redemption center, I think all the rates are going to be set as far as what I know about it. TJ wants to know if she's going to get a better job, more stable job in 2024.
TJ, no picture. Let's see. It's about 6 weeks away. You're going to find something that you're going to apply for. It's kind of a back and forth with the interview process, but yeah, I do think that's going to begin in about 6 weeks.
Laura says it's the Restore product, Mike. I bought some. It helps promote healthy blood pressure. Okay, so that is Enforce Restore. That's this particular one. Your Enforce Restore.
All right, I do have to go. I got to call the stupid health insurance people.
All right, Jen, thank you for being here. Love you very much. Any last questions on Rumble from the $5 a month subscribers? Yes, there are, but we're going to have to go back to those next week. Jen, thanks for being here. Thanks for the Jentel. Hope you feel better. Jen and I are scheduled to be back on Wednesday, depending on her storms, for Tell the Truth Wednesday, where we will review what went on today, the Jentel we got, and see what happens. If you see any aliens, shoot them and take video. Okay, shoot them dead, take the video,
Catch 'em.
and catch them. Catch them in a net. Yeah, do a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man thing.
Handcuff them, though, so they can't get you.
And Jen, I do have one last question. Washington or Michigan?
I'm not good at that.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. All right, remember, you can contribute to the show at CashApp at $MBara33, Zelle MBara33 at MSN.com. You can go over to Rumble and sign up for a $5 a month subscription. That is the best way to help the show. You can find Jen on jenniferfala.com. You can also find her on Telegram at Philosophy. And you can find me on mikebara.blogspot.com. Rumble, it's Real News Live. It is the Real News Live is the Rumble channel. I'm Mike Barra 33 on Instagram. Mike Barra 333 on Instagram. Mike Barra 33 on Telegram, and Mike Barra 333 at Mike Barra 333 on Twitter X. You can find us all there. We will see you guys again on Wednesday. Love you. Have a great Monday. Have a great Tuesday. Don't know when the RV is happening right now. It looks like there's a pretty good window between the 11th and the 17th. So watch those dates. And Jen, I will see you back here on Wednesday.
Okay.
Love you guys. Bye.